this is our second night in Lima. Tonight we went to Michelin restaurant, which is ranked 4th in the world, a central restaurant. The time for this restaurant is very fancy inside, and there's an open kitchen for you to see the chef cooking. We booked at 8 p.m. and we choose the 17-course meal. As you can see from the menu, this is the 17-course meal here.
On top we have brunch made of almond. And here at the base we have a bun made of mushroom.
第一餐第二個菜係咪 lime 啊？呢個佢話咩 lime？
lime 嘅酒嚟嘅
lime 啊，跟住咧啱佢水呢個 chip chip juice 呢個冇。
頭先我飲咗一個冇 alcohol 嘅嘢，但係咧係勁似飲酒一樣嘅。我知好有酒味嘅，但係冇 alcohol 嘅喎。
不呢啲啊？
哦，原來呢個係做樣嘅嚇，呢個匙羹。
睇下有冇用？
呢個
呢個不上嚟啊，魚子醬。
如果係魚子醬不上嘅菜喎，呢個好唔好食啊？又係裝飾呢個眼咳咳嘅，冇嘢食。
To put a Sandian sauce, we use Sandian herbs, Sandian cheese, sacha tomato, it's small tomatoes and Peruvian chili. You pick up the potato, dip it into the cream. That's it with your cream. The rest is just to show.
Alright.
Okay.
假㗎，係得白色。
我哋好窮啊，點解你食魚仔？
Like the potato.
Oh.
The chef wish that you try only the okra with the flour and top. The
Okay.
rest is decoration.
Okay.
Only this part.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we have brunch made of oyuco. Oyuco is another kind of potato. And here we have a sauce made of oyuco. The order 1, 2, and you finish with this like a shot.
Oh,
Yes. Enjoy.
Thanks.
thank you.
好黃啊！
On top here we have brunch made of the skin of piranha. And here we have the piranha, the meat, with the cream made of cocona. Cocona is a citrus Amazonian fruit.
Oh.
Finally, at the base we have eatable liver.
Powder of achate, and inside we have a churro. Have you ever heard about churro?
No.
No.
Churro is a liver snail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds exciting to us. Yeah.
Here we have a broth of huito.
Okay.
Huito is a fruit that the people in the jungle use for night clothes. Don't worry, don't dye your teeth. And here is with the hands. First, second.
First.
Okay, thanks.
Alright.
Cassava bread.
Okay.
Here we have macambo bread. Macambo belong to the same family of cacao.
Oh.
And here we have brunch made of air potato. This is air potato. This is a kind of potato that grows in lianas in the earth, not underground.
That's potato?
Yes,
Potato.
it's
Oh
different.
my
It's a
god.
complement. Here we have toasted butter, and here we have cocoa cream. The
my
cocoa
God.
is the fruit from the cacao.
全部都係佢分上嚟㗎。
咪要 coconut。
天鹹越夜越天鹹，可能啲你攰啊。
幾靚。
我喺車度。
佢哋夾住佢啊嘛，加上。
Hey everybody, as you can see in my previous video, I went to this fine dining restaurant which is called The Central. I believe I went there like last year in August. It was in Lima. And it's really famous because it's like ranked like top 4. This is the Central menu. Why is it so special? Because it used the food from the lower altitude to make the food, and then it goes from lower altitude to higher altitude, so you get to taste from the lower altitude food to the higher altitude, which is so special, and you get to taste it with your tongue. Alright, so this is the book that they give me after finishing eating at the restaurant, The Central. This is like a souvenir book, and inside there's like organic herbs that they use to make the food, the ingredients they use to make the food. You can smell this stuff too. Smells nice. And also, I think you should get this book after eating at the restaurant because it's a memorable experience if you want to eat at the Central restaurant, and it acts like a souvenir for the Peru trip in Lima. In the whole wide world, the rank 4 one. Well, here's a few tips before you go to this restaurant, the Central. First of all, you should book in advance because this restaurant is for pre-booking. And you should make a self-reservation before you come to this restaurant. You need to prepare ahead of time. And also, you shouldn't book for a late time because if you want to take pictures or if you want to put it on Instagram or Instagrammable, you should just book it at an early time, like in the daytime, so the lighting of the photo won't be too dark like my videos are. Second, I think you should book it at lunchtime because not at dinner time. I booked it at 8 p.m. and it took like 2-3 hours for the 17 courses. Of course, I advise people to take the 9-course meal because 17 course took like 3 hours, freaking long. And by the time I finished my dinner, it was already 11 p.m. so I almost fell asleep. That's why you should book it like at lunchtime. You have the options of wine pairing. What is wine pairing? Wine pairing is when the chef design like a wine for one of the dishes, which means you have 70 courses and each courses you have a different wine to pair with that type of dish. And if the people who don't like to drink, they can also go for the non-alcoholic pairing, which is kind of juice or soda or anything that is non-alcoholic. Because, well, I don't suggest wine pairing. It's like optional because it's like an extra $100 American money, and also too much wine and too much alcohol, I can't even finish it. Even I can't enjoy it until the very end because they keep on refilling my cup. So I didn't finish one cup and then the other cup came again. So it's really long. And fourth, the option is you have an advantage if you go in earlier, like for lunchtime, you can get to take pictures with the chef. Yeah, we booked late, which means that we don't get to take picture with chef. How sad is the sadness? I wish we could like book it at early time so we can take picture with the chef. That's the problem. So don't book it at a really late time for dinner. Just book at an early time like lunch is really ideal. Number 5 is the bill was quite expensive, but I think it's worth it to try once in a lifetime because you couldn't taste the food anywhere in the world except for Peru because they pick the food from the low altitude to the high altitude, which is different, and I get to taste different unique tastes with my tongue. And also the waiter has a good service. Every time he would come with the food and explain how we should taste it and what is in the food and the ingredients for the food, and also explain the wine pairing for the food. But I don't like the fact that the food was a bit salty, like the sauces. I guess in high altitude Peru people, they like to eat salty sauces, which is not good. But overall, yeah, it was a nice experience, except the waiter English is not so good. I think I understand half of the English, but not like most of the English, but it's okay. So overall, I would give this restaurant a thumbs up and a memorable experience. So give it a try, come, and I'll see you guys soon. Please subscribe to my channel.